That's no surprise.
We went
I
out
used to eat that
crabbing.
a lot when I lived in Seattle.
We went out crabbing just before I left coast of Oregon a few weeks ago, and got a dozen crab in 2 hours.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, it was great. We had 3 pots. We set each pot twice, so 6 sets and a dozen keepers to bring home.
I thought you said you ate a dozen in 2 hours. Did you eat a dozen?
Did not eat a dozen. did
It's like, that's a lot of butter.
cook and clean and crack
I mean,
out.
there's nothing wrong with butter, but
No,
it's good.
no, but I did cook and clean and crack the meat out of a dozen crab. We got 3.5 pounds of meat out of that.
My goodness.
It was amazing.
Got a bit of terrain coming up here.
What is that over on the right-hand side?
This?
Yeah.
Oh, wow, they changed the, interesting. They changed my little icon on here.
You can change it back. The row
Yeah, I
down
got
at the bottom.
Can you snap in on this, Dave?
Yeah.
Just enough. I just don't want to fall behind here.
Looks like we're about to transition again.
Yeah.
Ooh, who is it?
Looks like a little shell, maybe?
Yeah, almost.
All right. I am going to keep moving, if that's all right.
Yep.
Yeah, that's good.
Come wide.
I'm not 100% on that.
Looked almost like a snail.
It did, didn't it? I didn't see a foot, but it had kind of a nice coil shape to it, but not 100% sure. Well, we're coming uphill again. Some rugged terrain. What do we see in front of us, Mike?
Well, it looks like there's a sea cucumber on the left.
Uh-huh.
And is that a coral?
Or is it a crinoid?
I think
Or
you're
crinoid.
right. I think it's a crinoid.
Okay, we're gonna move up this area. Oh, that was a big heave.
Co-pilot for the win. Hopefully co-pilot sounds SPL. I'm not just talking to myself.
Yeah,
I'm here,
Todd's
Okay.
here.
mostly
Pilot
here.
and co-pilot. Sorry, you guys, I don't look and see who's where.
No, it's all good. We're changing all the time.
That's good. It's good for the circulation.
Yeah, it's just a little bit of rocks.
Yeah, we play musical chairs about every 2 hours.
That's smart.
Keeps from going cross-eyed.
Yeah.
So we're transiting upslope. The terrain has shifted dramatically. I'm not seeing any scattered nodules anymore. More what looks kind of like pillow lava type seafloor terrain, hard bottom with that botryoidal texture, that sort of lumpy texture to it. And sediments are sort of scattered, interspersed between. I guess there are some small piles of nodules.
I think there's something big at the top of this little hill here.
Oh, what do we have?
Huh, there's like a weird stick coming up on your right, too.
Yeah,
It's going to
I
have
see
a big
that.
sponge on the end.
Yeah, there is like what looks like a sponge stalk on the far right, and then we'll see what we have here up above on top of
I'm
the...
holding you all in suspense. I'm not
Really
revealing
good.
it until...
We're not going to look at it until the very last minute.
Swerve.
Yeah. Wow, it's really tall.
Oh, I think it's off in the distance there, actually.
Here, you can actually tilt up a
Oh,
little
you can
bit.
see it in the Atalanta view.
Look at how big
Oh,
it
wow.
is.
Quite large.
Looks quite
All right,
enormous.
let's go look at that. See if I can get over there without
All right.
Especially with the 2 lasers at the base.
Yeah.
stretching
Just
out
for
too
reference.
far. Yeah.
For those that are just jumping on, the 2 lasers, when they hit the ground, that is 10 centimeters apart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna have to float this.
It's great.
Oh, little shrimp
And there's
on
a,
top of it.
yeah, there's a little shrimp hanging out on the tippy
Here, I'm
top
just
of this
stabilizing a little bit, Dave, and then we can.
very, very
Okay,
tall
can push in.
sponge, glass sponge.
I'm just getting moved around a little bit with the tether, but
It's interesting, the stalk of this sponge looks a lot like what we saw downhill. Sort of dead remnants.
yeah.
How tall do you think this is? 2.5,
Well, you can
3
see it in
meters
Atalanta's
almost?
view. That's I'm 3 meters off the seafloor right now.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Goodness gracious, eye to eye.
Yeah. So I'm gonna do a little bit of a attempted pirouette around it.
Ooh,
Let's see.
such skill. Awesome.
I can pull it off. The shrimp went around the backside, didn't it? Oh,
Yep.
hello. He's just staying on the opposite side of me.
Oh yeah. Nothing to see here.
Nothing to see.
So it is a type of
All right.
hexactinellid or
Come
glass
wide.
sponge. Glass sponges, so named, they're made out of silica. And that
Okay,
one
I'm gonna go get caught up a little bit here.
is within the Rosellidae family,
Hopefully I just passed
Genus.
over it. Yeah.
Caulophacus. I guess it kind of resembles cauliflower. Maybe that's how I'm going to start remembering that genus.
Oh, you can see it in the back camera too now.
Oh wow, just keeps showing us,
Yeah.
showing off.
On the 8 to 12 watch, we named that the Atom camera.
Yeah. I was so surprised we didn't call it Adam's butt.
Yeah, there are a lot of different perspectives and points of view. We've got a fantastic forward viewing camera, down looking camera, as well as butt cams, providing us with a full window to the deep.
Sorry, I can wait for you a little bit.
Not only helps the pilots with the maneuvering, but gives us a chance to get a second look at some of the more mobile species sometimes when fish decide to go away. Looks like one of the specimens of Caulophacus, that sponge that we were imaging just a moment ago, was collected on the HMS Challenger in the late 1800s.
What's been your procedure for these little valleys? You just kind of off. You just go off and get down and back on the ground?
Sorry, procedure for what?
Oh, these parts that go down, but then back up
Oh.
immediately.
Yeah, or you can kind of meander left and then right and try to kind of
Yeah,
stay on the
okay.
hard stuff.
Oh yeah, you can
My
see
whole
on the
watch, I
bathymetry,
was
it's
just going uphill the whole time,
Oh,
so I
okay.
didn't have to
got
go down.
sort of hills and valleys.
Yeah, if you go down, you don't go straight down, right? Because you're dragging your heels
Yeah.
and you're looking into blue water.
Yeah. Roger.
It's sort of like when you're going downhill on a track or something. Sometimes if it's super steep, you kind of have to take it one step at a time, side by side. Hold on to the rocks.
Yeah, you're gonna have to come down a little
Unlike
bit
a
with
roller
me.
coaster, which you just do with wild abandon. Hands up in the air.
Looks like there was a
Maybe
Is that
20
a
years ago.
copepod?
coral.
Or no, it's not a
I
copepod.
think that might be an isopod.
Isopod.
Yeah.
It's amazing how quickly the terrain changes.
Yeah, and the bathymetry, the map of the seafloor that the navigator is using to help steer the ship, you can see kind of these circular objects, sort of features that rise up off the seafloor, indicating that there's some kind of hills and valleys around us. I think if I say botryoidal more than once, I might actually get it to roll off my tongue. Botryoidal. It is that sort of lumpy texture on the surface of the rocks. I believe that's what we're seeing, or at least characteristic of what we're seeing here. I think that's a form from a Greek word for grapes.
Looks like it's gonna change again.
Batryoidal.
Yep. A bunch of grapes named for the ancient Greek.
Okay, I'm coming down a bit, Todd. You might have to come down with me.
Grapes actually do sound really good, don't they?
Yeah, nice and juicy. We're running low on some fruit and other fresh produce, characteristic of the end of an expedition or near the end of the expedition. Fall's going well with the food supply. Fresh fruit and veggies go first, but we've had some wonderful food despite that. They still managed to pull out some really amazing dishes for us to eat. So we're not going hungry out here, that's for sure.
Still pulling out with the quiche.
Yeah.
Last night.
Can't complain.
Oh, it looks like there's a strong little current here. Look at the ripples in the actual nodules themselves, not just the sediment. Looks like
good observation, Nav. Yeah. Sort of bed forms on the seafloor. You can see it on the Atalanta view as well as in front of us on a little Herc. These sand waves and ripples, and must be pretty consistent and strong enough to move those nodules, as you said. So I guess this is sort of the valley between the peaks, sort of mini mounds that we're coming upon. It seems like the bathymetry has been pretty true to form as far as overall highs and lows. Is that right, Neff?
Yeah, it's been pretty consistent. I would say our resolution kind of suffers when we're down this far, so there was some surprises there.
You see that red spot on the top?
Yeah.
Like that crater we descended into last watch.
That must have been fun.
Yeah, I didn't know that was there.
What is that?
Here, I'm pushing in. Just give me a sec.
Looks like it's floating.
I think it's a shrimp.
It's a shrimp.
Okay, you want to go for zoom?
I don't know.
These little legs.
I think it might be. Oh.
Oh.
Yeah, look at that. Hanging out on this rock. Yeah, definitely. Little shrimp.
Little
with
shrimp.
long, skinny legs.
Or a kind of big shrimp, honestly.
Yeah.
With little...
Looks like it's got little paddles in the back, sort of like a rudder. But we're face on with the shrimp, head to head.
All right, you can come wide.
Giving us its best side. Honestly, when the profile is good, the side of the shrimp is helpful for identifying this organism. But we've got an ID from Steve Oskovich from the shore side, Nematocarcinus. These are a type of carcinid shrimp, or decapod shrimp. Decapoda, 10 legs.
And look at this break
And
in the
it
nodule
changes
field.
again. It's kind of neat.
More of those ripples.
Nematocarcinus
Yeah.
is in our abyssal plain database that we've been using as a point of reference to help see if we're identifying similar critters on our dives as have been identified from like the Clarion-Clipperton fracture zone nearby.
I'm just gonna get more in the center of your heading here.
Now we're transitioning again to a more steep terrain. Plenty of hard substrate, not too many attached organisms. Still waiting for the mother load of corals that are waiting for us at maybe 2,000 meters. I don't know. What's the tippy top of this, Ryan? Not Ryan, sorry, Jacob.
We are sitting at
Follow this ridge.
2,805 meters. So I think you might be waiting a little bit for your field of corals.
Might be on a different watch.
Yeah, I might be on a different dive.
Okay, there you go.
From the chat, we've got a question asking if that was a shrimp we passed. Yes, it was. That was what is called a Nematocarcinus.
Oh, sorry, I caught my toe there.
A red shrimp with nice long legs. And another question, has anyone seen a whale shark?
I have never seen one. I want to so badly.
I have never seen one in the wild. I got to see them with my family at the Georgia Aquarium a few times. My daughters got to snorkel with them
I'm
in
gonna
the
wait for you.
Philippines. That was quite an experience for her.
I say I've always wanted to go, well, I've always wanted to see a whale shark, just haven't had the opportunity yet. Although apparently they do pass through the Cook Islands.
I think it's
Just-
humpbacks right now.
Yeah, humpbacks typically,
Yeah,
but
seeing
we get the
humpback.
occasional whale shark as well.
Oh goodness, I'll have to
People-
keep my eye out.
People that go out paddling, they've commented that they've seen one, and I'm just like, I missed it again?
Oh. So that shrimp that we were imaging is in the family Nematocarcinidae. I don't know how many of its friends and family are found in the abyssal plain, but we don't have a species name on it, I don't believe.
And Amanda, a question for you. Maya from University of North Carolina, Wilmington is asking, is there a reason why shrimp seem to be more prominent in this area?
That's a great question, Maya. Thanks for asking. I don't know the answer to that, honestly. I think we have encountered them, throughout the dives in this region. The fact that we're not seeing a lot of other types of crustaceans of their size could be due to the relative limited nature of food available to them. So their distribution in space and over these features is still something we're learning a lot about. So every observation is providing us with a new knowledge in terms of where to find different species, including decapod crustaceans. But there are a lot of factors that control distributions, and environmental considerations are part of that. We're still gathering those baseline data, so great question. I do feel like I say I don't know a fair amount, but I think that's
You know,
okay.
I
That's
think
all
that is a very fair
It's
answer
honest.
for this area.
It's honest. I speculate, but I'm still not sure.
A little speculation never hurt.
Can lead to really powerful hypothesis testing.
And more ROV dives.
That's right. More research. We are seeing other kinds of crustaceans on the dive. So distant relatives of that shrimp include, very, very distant relatives include amphipods and isopods and copepods. They're all within the Arthropoda phylum, and many of those tinier crustaceans we've seen so far have been associated with things like the sponges and other habitat types. So every time we get a close-up of those other animals, we often see the crustacean associates. Gives us an idea of who's living in these different habitats, how they might coexist.
The chat agrees with you, by the way.
Oh, well, that's
Being
nice.
3,114 meters on the seafloor, I don't know is a totally legit response.
Appreciate it.
This is when you start to see faces and rocks.
A sponge on the bottom?
Oh, yeah.
Kind of looked like a dead one.
Yeah. I thought I saw something over here.
And the texture of the
Another
seafloor has
red
really
thing right there at
changed
the
a
bottom.
lot. It looks like,
Oh, yeah. No, I thought I saw something bigger.
Might have
I
been
guess,
shrimp
irregularly shaped
Shrimp.
nodules and rocks, some broken pavement pieces, interspersed by soft sediment. Really pale color sediment. Curious about the organic composition of the sediment. That gives us a clue in terms of food available to the benthos, to these organisms, and benthic megafauna, macrofauna, myofauna. It looks really pale, doesn't look particularly necessarily organic rich. But we also have what appears to be some pretty distinct current that's been maybe cleaning the surfaces of the rocks as well.
Just taking a look at this.
Close up on a
Yeah, go for a zoom.
sponge-like creature, maybe? Uh-huh. Oh, looks like another variety of glass sponge. You can see its attachment points at the bottom to the rock surface and tiny pores, characteristic of these sponges.
All right, you can come wide.
We might be able to get an ID off of that. Steve Oskovich thinks it's the Pheronematidae, like the genus that we've seen other places as Poliopogon. Poliopogon just rolls off the tongue.
Another broken sponge.
Some
Thanks, Steve. Appreciate your help this morning.
Seriously, moving faster than I can scroll through this page.
He's got a site reference for loads and loads of megafauna. Definitely seems like the attached fauna or the sessile megafauna are kind of few and far between so far on this watch. I've only been on board on this watch so far for a little over a half hour.
Have something here in the center.
We're traversing some really steep
Oh, yeah,
terrain,
what's that?
highly variable.
Another
I
shrimp.
see what you mean.
Yeah.
Looks like it's on
I
a
don't know if we
maybe
can
a
look
little
over it.
piece of.
Oh dear.
Oh,
Sorry.
are you looking at this thing?
That is not the kind of icon I wanted.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. That's
We'll
the
sit
one.
down.
No, there's.
Okay, go for
We
zoom.
can look here too.
I'm just right on the edge of the
Just
light there.
just try out all the buttons.
Someone's trying to make it interesting for me. Looks like it might be another Nematocarcinus.
Sorry, just getting my heading back. And is that just sponge matter behind it?
It looks
or
like dead sponge
bacterial?
behind it, yeah.
There's something there
Yeah,
in the
good
front.
spot.
Oh,
too.
and then in the foreground you got a little stalked something.
Oh, yeah. What do you think that is?
Can you focus a little bit
Sure.
closer, video?
Oh, looks like
Yeah, if you as soon as you get focused on it, I'm gonna move on.
a stalked crinoid, an
'Kay.
itty bitty one.
I gotta pick up.
Okay.
Come
It's a nice little
on.
spot. I totally meant for you to go right there.
Oh,
Even though my-
oh,
even
like
though
where
my-
I went?
I definitely did not.
Oh yeah. Okay. Roger. I'm
My
coming
little
up.
pointer here had a life of its own. I do love this though, the stylus. I'm sure you guys, it's a love-hate relationship maybe.
I'd say it's more love than hate. It's better than sitting here going, nope, little more left. Oh, almost there.
Yeah, yeah.
Or this stick I have over here.
Well, last watch, what did we do? We had
There's
blue
a
circles
coral
meant.
straight ahead.
Yeah. Do we got a second to look at that?
Please, please.
Yeah. Okay. Setting down.
Looks like we're coming upon, oh, it looks like it might be a coral coming into view. Very pale in color.
Oh, I almost didn't even
Hard
see it.
hard to see against
Yeah.
this background.
I'm just trying to find a
But
spot
I
to
do
rest
believe
here.
it is a coral.
Okay.
Looks like the polyps are primarily
Okay.
on one side.
Go for zoom. We'll just get the part of the polyp that we can see.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
looks like a bamboo. Really large polyps are in view.
You can go as far as you need.
These are a type of octocoral with 8 tentacles per polyp. It's got a pretty rough texture to it.
Okay. I'm gonna come wide and pick up.
And
Straight down.
I thought I saw kind of a golden node somewhere.
Not sure. We're a little bit behind,
you.
so I'm gonna have to
That's great. Good spot.
zoom a little bit here.
Good morning.
Oh, that camera's brutal. Okay. Just the tilt direction we have is opposite to what it should be, so.
Good morning.
All right.
Good morning.
Good morning,
I had to join an interaction, but happy to be here now.
Welcome, welcome.
Yeah, for those of you who are who have not been here while I'm on shift yet, I'm Kahena. I'm the communications specialist, and I am from the University of Oslo with a background in environmental studies and with an interest in deep seabed minerals in the Cook Islands. And I'm here to answer all of your questions, so please send them in. It's super fun when people have comments or questions. How are things going this morning?
So far, pretty good. There's been a consistent change in the terrain pretty much every few minutes.
Yeah, it's been dramatic.
Oh
All
yeah?
right, that's a bit better, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I was noticing, I was kind of peeking through during the interaction. I was noticing there were less nodules in some of the areas.
Yeah, it seems like it's really highly variable. Lots of changes over short distances. And then the nodule size and shape is has varied, so small and large. We've also seen vast sort of sediment fields.
Awesome. What have we seen so far? What have I missed?
Well, we've seen at least an octocoral, a few shrimp.
That 3-meter tall sponge was pretty
Yeah,
impressive.
that was pretty
Yeah.
magnificent. 3-meter tall sponge.
Cool.
Do we think these are actually, like this is solid rock or loose? Does it look?
I think it's a mixture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because sometimes it looks, sometimes they look loose, but they're very much not. I'm gonna tilt my camera up a little bit.
Atalanta sonar has some pretty good returns without much of a return behind it.
Yeah.
So it might be a steep wall.
Yeah. Roger.
And now I'm looking over it and
Yeah.
no returns, so
Nice.
it's not too big. Might have some big
Yeah, I'm
chunks coming your way.
pretty far ahead of you, so.
How are you guys doing in the front with the 12-hour schedule?
Good. I took a little bit of a nap before, not while I was flying, to be clear. Before when I
That
was
would
on
be
my
real
break.
talent.
Yeah.
There was one question earlier that we got that you could add to if you would like, which was what is your background in first school and what is your favorite seafood?
All right.
Can we look at that?
Favorite seafood.
Come up a bit. Get
Ooh.
on these shower. Sorry. What would you like
Oh,
to
there's
say?
just a stalk here of some sort.
Am I falling behind already?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh. Bonk. Okay. Go for zoom. We got a second. It was the stalk, right?
Yeah.
There's 2 of them here.
Just push in as much as you can get with my heading there. All right. Oh.
Oh, that's cool.
Okay.
Oh, interesting. Looks like a stalk.
All right. I gotta move on.
Yeah, you're good.
Come wide.
Sponge stock?
Maybe. And then there was another one on the
Looked
bottom
very,
of the rock.
lots of
Yeah, I
aggregate
was
almost on it.
debating about the coral that we were just seeing. It looked a lot like the bamboos we've seen before, but it had really rough texture to the polyps, which is often a characteristic to a different group of octocorals, different than the bamboo. So could be a type of primnoid,
So this, yeah, okay.
which
We're getting to
wouldn't
the
be
top of
unusual
this.
for these depths.
Someone commented that this looks totally cemented.
What's that?
It does look kind of cemented.
does.
It does.
Yes, it
Good
does.
observation. But there might be some loose rock on there.
Mushrooms?
Some sponges.
Looks like some sponges.
I know, the sponges are kind of
living
like
on
the
the edge.
mushrooms of the sea.
Yeah, I'm
There's
gonna
something
float
else
this
up on
one.
the boulder on the left.
Yeah.
Poking out.
It's interesting, there's also
apparently
deep
I'm
sea fungi, so
on a boulder currently, so.
play a role as well. Yeah. Part of the ecosystem. We know
There you
very
go.
little about them.
Fungi is everywhere.
Can you, Jacob, can you press the tilt on my, sorry, I'm
That's
just
okay.
bopping over it, basically.
Looks like there's a little
this?
Brisingid sea star
Yeah,
in
it's
the
good.
distance.
I'm gonna have to go past it. But yeah,
The
you can
mouse
either
is
use my
right.
mouse
Yeah.
or, but yeah, I'm gonna probably start needing your help to,
Sure.
That was a big help when Matt was doing that.
Yeah.
I was in the seat, he would reach over and
Yeah.
just turn the tilt on and off.
I can kind of twirl around that a little bit. And
It's
then
like you need a third hand and you don't have it.
I know, well, it's just having to keep the tilt off, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Don't have a whole lot of time there.
No, I'm just turning around because we're going off a pretty
downhill
serious
for a
thing
little
here.
bit?
Yeah.
Someone just asked for the third time, what type of food do you eat on the ship?
Okay, I'm gonna go down a little sideways
They're
here.
dying to know.
Oh dear.
The same food that I think we eat at home, kind of. Although we'll have like 6 different meat choices.
Yeah.
Right. there's a buffet, so meats and veggie options too. No more salad. That was for the first week.
I think our best answer for this is whatever our incredible Chef Gail makes for us.
Yeah.
Yeah, right now our
I'm gonna
vegetables,
have to jump
cabbage.
off a little bit.
Lots
Great
of
question, though.
cabbage.
She's been great making treats
There's
for
a
us
lot
at
of
3 o'clock every
particulate
day.
organic matter. Our marine snow in the water column definitely seems like it's quite plentiful here. I'm not sure if the pilot's experiencing much of a
You're
current.
gonna have to come down with me, otherwise I'll just get jerked back
Check
into the
in
wall.
with them in a bit. Lots of highs and lows as we traverse the seafloor.
And just watch.
I'm gonna have to say that my favorite seafood is salmon. That's like my go-to, but I really like lobster
Oh yeah, your
as
altitude's
well.
fine. Yeah,
Yeah.
nice.
How do the lower lights look in this kind of terrain?
Did that just blow it out, or?
No, just filled in down below.
Yeah. All right, I'm just waiting for Atalanta a bit.
And yeah, I don't have a PhD or anything, unfortunately, but
There's still years ahead for you. You're still young.
You haven't escaped.
I don't know if I plan to get a PhD.
It's up to
either.
you. It's totally up to you. No pressure, no pressure.
But I'm currently in my master's. I'm studying, it's a program called Development, Environment, and Cultural Change. So it's quite well-rounded and flexible too. You can study really whatever you're interested in. And in my undergrad, I was at the University of Santa Cruz
I think you're safe enough to come down now.
in California
Cool
studying
school.
anthropology.
Aren't they the sea slugs or something?
Yep.
Or not sea slugs, the slugs.
Yeah, banana slugs.
Banana slugs.
No known predators. It was a really great school. Really good mentors and professors and good people living out there. So I enjoyed that. Also didn't mind the beach being right there.
Looks like we're
Learned how to surf.
I was wondering, I was going to ask if you did any surfing.
just
Oh,
having
yeah.
A little
short
chillier
little-
water.
Definitely.
Short little sand bath here, and then
Anyone in the room know how to surf?
Todd does.
I can surf.
Yes.
What kind of board do you use?
Long and short. Short board I prefer, but there's a
Short
lot of good
board?
longboard waves in Rhode Island.
Sweet.
Yeah.
What's the
Used to.
difference between the two?
Let's say I'd probably fall off the board now.
Longboards
You
have
used
a
to?
lot more flotation. Right? They
Oh.
can catch kind of bushy, slopey waves.
Hmm.
Can get into waves earlier. Short boards are a lot more maneuverable, and they're better for hollow, powerful, fast
Yeah,
surf, right?
Hawaii has good surf.
All right, we're coming up on something steep here.
Do something off to the right there in the sediment.
Oh, sorry, other
Other
right.
right.
Other right. Yeah, you got to use port and starboard. I don't know left and right now.
See those
This
lighter
thing?
mounds? Yeah, straight there. Just below center.
Yeah, we got a second. Better get a little closer.
These cruises we go on occasionally end up in places with really good waves.
All right.
So there have been
Go for
surf,
zoom.
escapades off and on over the years.
This, right?
Yep.
What are we doing?
This looks like
There's,
We're looking at the
some
little...
xenos or something in the sediment there.
okay. We only got another second, and then I'm gonna start climbing this. All right, come wide.
Yeah, I'm not seeing any burrows or pits evident on the sediment surface, but wondering if those sort of sandy balls are xenophyophores. Is there a type of unicellular organism that create structures on the seafloor? and also create a little mini habitat. So
Cool.
organisms living in their tests.
I'm gonna stay off this a bit.
We
in
have
case
some
it's-
excellent questions coming in. Where do you go to the bathroom?
A room called the head.
The ship has plenty.
Yeah, we've got
Plenty of
lots
bathrooms to choose from.
Another one is, do y'all sleep on the ship?
Yes.
Yes.
We stay awake
really-
24/7.
We're really far offshore. If we didn't sleep, that would be bad.
What are we, about 200 miles, 175 miles or so to the nearest island right now? Is that right?
Okay.
I believe so.
Yeah. It would
Yeah,
be quite a commute to go back and
291
forth every day.
nautical miles.
There we go. I like that.
North
Sometimes
of
we're thousands of
Avatu.
miles from the nearest land, so. Definitely
Yeah.
sleep on board.
If we had to go to land every time we needed to sleep.
Every time we go uphill,
Be a
I
lot
start
of work,
driving
a lot
by
of
that
gas.
screen.
Very smooth texture to the rock face, and then we're seeing sort of areas interspersed with nodules, and some places looks like the rock's cemented in its location, so it wouldn't be easy to pick up and take a sample.
Blowers on too, so.
We have another excellent question coming in. How old are you?
Oh, that's a interesting question.
Wouldn't you like to know?
We have a range of ages out here.
Yeah.
I'll start.
I just turned 30.
Oh, happy birthday.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Same, actually.
I'm also 30, so that
Oh
seems
my
to be
goodness.
the year.
Wow.
Yeah, there's a lot of us right around this age range on here.
I'm twice as old as the youngest person on the ship.
Okay.
And I'm older than that.
All right, well, I'm 51. I'll be 52 in March. Oh, there's this right here.
Yeah, we can.
Thank you. Maybe we can get a good
We can.
zoomy.
I'm gonna have to
Closing
fly
in.
it, I think.
I'm
You
not
might
going to
have
call
gotten
it
that
until
coral.
we see it this time.
Might have.
Do you have a sound effect for the zoom
Hopefully
ride?
it's a coral, maybe related to what we've seen so far.
Oh, my toe found a little spot.
Lost it.
I lost it. That's all right.
Yeah, who's the youngest people you've ever seen on board?
I saw someone 17.
Kate, go for Zoom.
17, wow.
This looks a lot
don't have
like
too
what we
long
saw
here, so-
earlier on the dive, which
So try to get the polyps if you can.
Looks like they're pulled in on this
may be a Primnoid octocoral. The tentacles have been retracted in,
All right, we gotta move on.
but definitely there's a scaly texture to the tissue feature. Polyps seem to all be oriented in one direction along the axis or along that single branch.
I didn't really see any of the
Coming up
banding in the
faster.
skeleton.
And Steve Oskovich has joined us from land, says that the genus is the Macroprimnoa, so definitely a primnoid,
Is that a
octocoral.
holothurian there?
Octocorals have 8 tentacles per polyp. In this case,
Coming up.
like I
this
said, the
kinda
polyp was
fast.
retracted, so it looks kind of like a lump on the side of the stalk. And one of the characteristics of primnoids is that they can have that sort of scaly, rough texture to their tissue.
I'm gonna kind of
Work your way
weave
back
over
to the
here.
left here.
Yeah. It's always so awkward when that direction's like downhill.
Yeah, you're kind of going around the edge of like a little hill.
Yeah.
And then
like
on
a
the-
localized. There was something in the water column there.
We'll
I
start
think
climbing
the other
here
side
soon.
of that, we actually descend a little bit,
Roger.
maybe 20 meters.
Yeah. All right.
Whoever's
All right.
asking questions right now, keep it up. they have another one. Are you,
Take
do
a
you
log,
like your
so
job?
keep an eye out.
Yeah. What was the
Absolutely. Do you like your job?
Yeah. I love my job.
What do you love about it?
I really like working with my hands, and so this job has been really awesome for that. And also just has a lot of variability, so like you're doing a lot of different things all the time, but it's still kind of methodical. So it's not just total chaos, it's just partial chaos.
Chaos for 3 months of the year.
Yeah. I also really like people, so getting to
Aw, I'm people.
yeah, you're people. Getting to meet new people every cruise is really special. Like, I've made lifelong friends that I talk to every day.
Yeah, this is definitely a lot of social interaction,
Yeah.
more than I normally have in my daily life at home.
Well, there's no privacy here, so that would make sense.
But it's you know, it's a kind of, it comes and goes as soon as we leave the dock. It happens so quickly, and then the cruise is over and we go home back to our regular lives. For me, I also like getting to meet new people and having someone make me meals. That's always nice.
Yeah.
And then exploring the seafloor, going and diving every day, getting to investigate places that haven't been looked at before, making potentially new discoveries, working with scientists on the shore side. It's quite a community effort out here. No one person could do this alone.
And for me, well, this is completely different to what I typically do, which is also one of the things I love, is that my job will allow me to do stuff like this on occasion. I usually work with nearshore ecosystems, so usually coral reefs around the Cook Islands. Typically I count fish, but this is quite a bit different than what I typically do. So the fact that this is still considered work for me is reasons to love it.
I don't think we've seen any fish this watch, so we'll have to see if we can change that for you.
All right.
Much appreciated.
We'll give him a call.
I thought we saw like a little eel type thing at the start of the...
I see a little like kind of cup
Yeah, a little
fan structure there,
white
center.
thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was another one up to the right a little ways too.
Okay. Yeah, just...
Dave, I'm curious to
Few of
your
them up there.
answer to this question.
Oh, I think I'm just catching my toes in rocks here. Hang on.
Why do you love the job? You know what, let's have everyone in the room answer the question.
Go for zoom.
Moving around.
Can you turn my tilts on, Jacob?
Yes, I can.
This looks strangely like a cup coral. I'm not sure if it is alive anymore.
Okay, we're just gonna get a second here and then I'm gonna keep going.
Or maybe something else.
Yeah, I'll
See
bring my
some
head back around.
Sponge texture there, it looks like.
Huh.
Yeah.
Well, it almost looks like a forearm too.
All right.
So, you know,
I'm gonna pick up.
I'm on the fence.
Come wide. Thank you, thank you.
Thanks for zooming in.
There's another one up on the top right.
Yeah, the little
we
stalk
got a
there.
stalk here.
Fortunately, I'm a little bit behind, so I gotta just go past this one, but we'll kind of twirl around it, maybe.
Its polyps are open.
Oh, looks like another coral. Likely that Primnoid octocoral that we were imaging earlier.
All right. Bye.
all the
Getting a
polyps
little
seem to be
behind.
lined
Yeah.
up on one side of the stalk.
Zoom in.
It's funny that the questions are really great because it tells me that life at sea
Something
isn't
right there,
totally
center.
obvious. Like, we go out on a ship and we sleep on this ship. We have the full facilities on the ship, like showers and bathrooms and everything, beds, food, all of it's
Workshops.
provided to us. And it's like,
Ooh, look at that on the left.
The
if we didn't
star?
have that, then we'd have a lot
I
of
guess
really
it's just a
smelly
star.
people in the van
Or
with us.
crinoid.
Maybe a crinoid.
Not showering.
Yeah,
Star,
Josh was
though.
telling me last night that some of the expeditions he's been on, they're close to running out of water.
Oh,
So
no.
you can only take one shower a week.
Yeah,
Is this a Brisingid?
it is.
I
Good
think
job.
people would mutiny.
Sea star.
Nice. And then if I go up a bit, there's a crinoid here.
Oh,
Take a look at
well
the
spotted,
star.
pilot.
Hey, Jacob.
That's pretty.
Yes.
I'm looking at the high pack and wondering if we can avoid going
something
back
else there.
downhill
Multiple
into that
crinoids,
little
actually.
saddle area. Do you
Hello.
think it'd be worth
Oh, there's two.
Nice, there's
adjusting the
two.
ship track
Oh,
closer
what
to
a
the
great
waypoint
shot.
and avoiding the dip? I don't think
Coming
we're
up
going to totally
upon,
avoid that dip, though.
Feather
Sure, I'll
star
do that
or
now.
crinoid.
Do you want to snap in, Dave? I'll try to float it a little bit.
This type can move around. They can.
Bridge nav.
It's got its little...
Ooh, this might be your moment, Aaron.
No, I don't think so.
Lovely.
If they're not already
can
flying,
we-
they
Oh,
don't take
and there's
off.
something in the
Change,
distance.
Oh yeah, that looks like a little
I'm sorry, can we change our
you can
course
stay
to
zoomed in, I'm just gonna-
074?
Got an enemy there.
fly over there.
Looks anemone-like.
Here, I'll come back down a bit.
Could that also be a cup coral
Oh,
or
quite
something?
a little community here,
Yeah,
all hanging out
come
together.
on, when I get caught up a bit more. Are we, sorry, Todd, what are we doing?
I was just looking that you're going to be going downhill a little bit,
Yeah.
but Jacob's going to tweak our track just a little bit further to your right.
Yeah, we're coming starboard slightly, although I think because of the layback we might not have much
Yeah, effect on it.
control over that. Thankfully it's not too far of a dip.
Okay.
And then we're gonna go right back up.
Roger. Okay, I'm just getting caught up here. Was that a cup coral that we saw, or
I'm
potentially?
gonna say maybe, but it also had a strange form to it. If it didn't look alive, so
Yeah.
definitely be on the lookout again. Appreciate the microscopic eyeballs that we've got on Aaron over here on the left. If we find one and it's alive, that's pretty cool. Those are
Yeah,
a different
right.
kind of coral than the octocorals that we've been seeing. It's a type of stony coral or scleractinian. And so if we see it, that's interesting and different. Provides us with an understanding of the distribution of those cup corals across space. Interesting, at the beginning of our dive, we were seeing so many sea stars, right? Everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It seemed like every little white
little
dot
far
that
away
we
from
zoomed
you,
in on
sorry.
was a sea star. And now I don't see
Haven't
them.
seen one this shift
So,
yet.
is your heading pointing the way that we're going to be moving,
No,
potentially?
because we're still going.
Yeah, okay.
We're not going to adjust for a little while, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Might take a few minutes. The
okay.
ship
So I'll
is
start
just now
moving
starting
down
to
the
veer a
hill,
little. Yeah, I think
because otherwise
when I
I'll...
see our USBL hits start to shift, I'll let you know.
Yeah, roger.
Yeah, because we're about 80
Stay.
meters laid back right now.
Roger. Okay, I'm going to start moving more into your center frame then, Todd.
Yeah,
It might be a little
I might need
awkward because
to
we're...
drop a little to let you do that.
Yeah, maybe I'll let you catch up a bit. That way we go down a little more on
Yeah.
top of each other. Yeah. Let's see. Is the
Pretty
other
much
way?
following exactly what we see on the high pack
Yeah.
bathy lines, right?
Yes, it is. Yeah, this is what we expect. It's kind of like a little blip. This whole features maybe 100 meters long, this dip, and then we come out. So if you're really uncomfortable, we could always come up a little bit, go about 100 meters, and then we could resume.
It's a bit of a dead sponge stalk maybe on the
Yeah,
ground there.
another dead sponge. Those dead sponges are full of life. They have a variety of different microbes, little microorganisms that hang out within the sponge and on the outside. And then the shape, the sponge tissue itself can create a habitat for other organisms that we can't see, including small myofauna and macrofauna.
Yeah, so we're at about 3,117 meters deep. That's 10,225 feet. And we started at 4,828. So we've gone quite a ways. And the shallowest waters we'll reach is what, 2,500?
2008.
I'm starting to lateral
2,800.
down and kind of push down. Just
We're
let me know if
climbing.
I am making your altitude uncomfortable.
No, we're looking good. I'm coming down little by little with you.
Yeah, yeah.
So Todd, would you say you like your job here on the ship more or your job on shore more?
They're pretty connected. At home, I'm doing more design and engineering of these underwater vehicles or upgrades, instrument housings, some hydrodynamic kind of work with underwater, like the autonomous underwater vehicles. And then coming out here, it's definitely more hands-on, maintenance, repair, operating, piloting. So they really go together. Engineers without any hands-on experience are missing out, and to be a good engineer, you really have to have I think having that cross-training is really important. When you're up at 2 a.m. in the ROV workshop, sweating and covered in hydraulic oil, and cussing and bleeding, it really makes you a better designer when you're back home sitting at the computer.
Yeah,
Because you know
that
what
is
the people
very
out
true.
here are suffering through. So,
I think the best thing I ever did for my mechanical design skills was work in machine shops for about 2 years.
See, I wish the people that worked on my vehicles always had
There's a Holotarian.
to do their own maintenance
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
before
sea
they design their
cucumber,
cars.
all right.
Yeah, even just knowing like how the machines work that have to make your parts and human factors of how people are going to be interacting with your designs is really important. You know, you can put a bolt hole anywhere, but can you get a wrench on it? Can you actually get a wrench physically into that space?
can you get your hands and your elbow in that space?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Without being able to like dislocate your thumb like I can, so.
Ouch.
All right, I'm gonna start bringing my head around just a little bit.
Yeah, Roger, you see our path changing a bit? Yeah,
It has, yeah,
we're
right
like
here.
moving more.
Starting to curve. I see
Yeah.
Atalanta's
Roger.
USBL tracks start to shift.
Okay, I'll make my way over there a little
It's
bit.
not a big shift,
Yep.
so I just changed 20 degrees.
I'll just get a little more in your center. frame.
Yeah, I was just trying to follow this isobath here, and then
Yeah.
we were going to be heading back up, so I didn't think we needed something massive.
This has been totally chill, so.
I don't know if we can zoom on that before we move too far.
What is that? Oh yeah, I see the little white guy.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, it's a little guy.
I'm gonna have to probably float it a bit, Dave. Okay, go for zoom. Let's see if we can do this.
There's quite a lot of little stalk
Who are
looking
you?
things on this.
It looks
rock.
like a, sorry.
Okay, I'm gonna tilt down for you.
Oh, I just like fell off the rock,
Oh,
basically.
no worries. Gave us a chance to take a closer look at the rock face
You got
as
tons
well.
of these little stalks.
Yeah.
That was what you were just mentioning, right, Todd?
Yeah.
Like all these little hairs growing from
Oh yeah.
And it looks like there's sort of a fine, like snow dusting of sediment on the rock face. And then every now and then you'll see like a ledge or a step. And there's more sediment accumulation in those steps.
Do you think those might be sponge stalks that are grown on the side, or?
That's a good guess, yeah.
Yeah,
Could be.
I'm gonna push out in front of you.
It could be small
A bit more
forams,
there.
foraminifera. There's different types of shapes and sizes.
Shrimp.
Oh, little shrimpy shrimp on the right. It's funny though, they stand out. That red contrasting with the light color background.
More oriented here. Okay.
I think it's prettier over here with the sand. Is that sand?
Yeah, it's like, it's a fine sediment. It looks like it's sandy mud or muddy sand. So maybe a little finer than sand on the beach that you would see.
Silt.
Yeah, kind of silty.
Yeah.
Oh, look, a little star there.
So mud can be composed of silt and clay particles in particular, so smaller particle sizes than what we classify as sand, which is coarser.
Yeah. Sorry, I got a little ahead of you there. My brain keeps forgetting this is little herc. Like, I'm like, oh, because, you know, kind of looks the same, like, as herc from above. And so I keep assuming that I'm just hitting my toes on the rocks instead of getting too far ahead of you and getting pulled.
Yeah, Rye. Do you think it's different operating little herc from?
Yeah, for sure. Not enough that I'm like constantly aware it's little herc versus herc. Little herc is very squirrely comparatively. And just the buoyancy is a bit different. Distribution of mass feels a bit different. But the main one is that herc, for the most part, if we get too stretched out, just pulls Atalanta around. So like Atalanta will start to spin, whereas if we get too stretched out here, little herc will start to spin, which I am not so used to.
Atalanta is about 3,000 pounds.
Yeah.
Little herc is about 1,000 pounds, and big herc is about 6,000 pounds.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
So just it's a matter of physics.
yeah.
Massive difference.
We've been pretty lucky with current, though. I feel like if we had much current, we'd probably struggle quite a bit. Sea star, Brisingid?
Yeah, maybe we could zoom on that. Sorry, I was muted for a second.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for you to come down a bit, so I'll get out there.
Yeah, someone was asking me today, how is it that we move up the hill with the ROV?
Okay, go for zoom.
Yeah,
Oh,
very
wow, that's
careful work.
a big one.
It's a good size. How many arms do we have here?
7?
On this one.
There you go.
Odd number.
Oh, I came off my rock there.
Take a look at Atalantis sonar. It looks like we're going to start climbing again soon.
Yeah, okay, come wide.
Nice.
Not quite, but
Good zoom
it's out
in
there.
on
Yeah,
the
yeah,
sea
yeah.
star.
Falling behind you anyway, so. I feel like you're coming,
Seeing
you're
a lot of
heading
those Brisingid sea stars throughout.
Do I need to come further right?
Starting to get more frequent.
I don't know.
But the
We'll
cookie
take
stars disappeared. Those
Yeah.
little white guys. Little white ones.
It's fine for now. I'll get in the middle and see where I tend to drift to.
Okay.
So correct me if I'm wrong, but it's more effort to stay lower, or to go to lower depths than to go up because it's naturally buoyant.
It's just like you're always kind of want to be looking forward, and so if you're like, Little Herc naturally stays horizontal, right? The way
Another
that,
transition.
That's
Little Herc
interesting.
sonar's picking up a couple of returns.
yeah, roger. So if you're going downhill and you're horizontal, you've got basically like the terrain is kind of hitting you in the butt and you're just staring off into nothing. So these vehicles are definitely kind of made for doing uphill, because then you have your front-facing camera looking and your steep terrain is in front of you where you can see versus behind you where you might just be hitting
Got it.
your backside on.
So you couldn't just flip it around as you're going down?
We do occasionally if we are going to be consistently going down for a long time. Sometimes we get in the opposite formation. So you always want to, for the most part, you want to have Atalanta kind of out where you can see everything.
Can we click this as like a highlight so we can catch the
Yeah.
transition between the sand waves to the substrate coming up?
Yep.
And the Atalanta view is really dramatic as well.
Yeah.
Kind of looks like a beach.
It does. Yeah, these are much like what we'd see in the beach. Sand waves, bed forms caused by currents. Don't know if the vehicle is experiencing much in the way of currents or if you're fighting it.
I do
Pilot?
not feel like I am fighting any.
Huh, what are those little
Yeah,
balls
I
down
think
there?
those little lumps on the bottom might be a type of foraminifera. Or they could be. We can take a closer look if you're able to, pilot.
Can you snap in quickly? You can have like 10 seconds. You may have 10 seconds. All right.
Or they could be something
Yeah.
else, like piles of.
Yeah. All right. Come wide. I'm going to start climbing.
Sediment covered rocks, but
They're just kind of cascading down the slope there.
yeah, it could be sediment coated mini balls, mini nodules.
All right, I think we're heading back up slope.
Nice.
Wow, we have almost 100 people tuned in right now.
Wow,
I
hello,
do feel
hello,
like
hello.
you are ending up
Hello,
going
everyone.
a bit laterally.
Welcome.
Support
To the left or the right?
to the
Which
left.
way do you think our track is?
I think you're going more left.
Okay.
I can, oh, bonk.
Bring my head 10 degrees left.
I
and see
feel
if
like
that-
I just lost. Okay, that was funny.
And we're coming uphill.
Yeah, roger.
pretty steadily.
Yeah, I felt like I just lost my verts for a second there.
Do you want your tilt off?
Yes, thank you.
We're heading up a really steep slope. We transitioned over basically a beach, a sandy or muddy seafloor with waves. And now we're heading up slope again. Very steep terrain, which you can see really well in the Atalanta view. A little Herc climbing uphill.
And those two lasers are 10 centimeters apart from each other, for those of you asking. So it's a good measure of scale.
So we have about 200 meters, and then we'll come out to like a little plateau,
Nice.
and it should flatten out.
Nice.
And then we'll be very close to the summit at that point.
Yeah, okay. I won't be able to do many zooms here, but I'll try to get fly over kind of
This
closer.
looks like
Crinoid.
I see two different kinds of crinoids, one at the
Yeah,
bottom,
one
a
at
feather
the
star,
top.
and then a sea lily,
Backing off.
the stalked variety of crinoid.
And you're still looking 45, right, Todd? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. I'll get a little higher and more in front of you.
Yeah, so 10 centimeters is about 4 inches. Keep everybody in the loop.
Luckily, this terrain doesn't seem very overhangy, which is nice.
No, the returns on Atalanta are
Yeah.
very
Yeah.
smooth and steady.
Yeah.
No
Which
big
is good.
flow shadows, no big ringers.
Yeah. There's a sponge. You can snap in there, Dave, if you want. Looks like similar to the ones we were seeing before, maybe.
Yeah,
Okay, come on. That was an awesome snap.
it's good. Nice job. Another glass sponge anchored in place with spicules.
Have you ever seen a shark? We saw one apparently on the way up on the ascent
Another Brisingid.
to the last dive.
Yep, another Brisingid. And then there's a shrimp off to the right.
Oh, other right. Yeah.
Oh, we're good.
Oh, yeah, I see. Another sponge down there, maybe?
We saw a shark on the last dive. Did they say what kind it was? Oh,
I think they put a highlight with it, though.
was it toward the surface?
Was it
or
on recovery, or?
It was during the recovery,
Yeah.
Oh, okay. It's like, ooh, that's cool.
I was out on deck, we saw a couple of white-tipped oceanic sharks.
Oh, you know what? I think that's
Yeah.
exactly what it was. I think it was a white tip.
They weren't small.
I don't know what it is, but they tend to like, maybe it's the noise or the vibration or whatever, but when we sit like this in fairly one spot for dives, they seem to start to cluster around the boat.
The dolphins like the sonar,
Oh.
and they like playing with the boat's wake.
Ah. Have we seen many dolphins on this trip?
I don't know if we've seen too many this trip. We've seen them. Out here they have like these cool little spinner dolphins.
Oh, I love spinner dolphins. They're so cool.
They like launch themselves
Yeah.
feet into the air and do a little
Yeah.
acrobatic move.
It's so extra. Like, you don't need to be doing all that.
And I like how they're kind of pint-sized, you know?
Yeah.
Like, they're not big. They're kind of like small, I don't know, large cats, small dogs.
All right, I'm coming up more. Pushing out, yeah. Looks like another crinoid maybe, or... Oh no, just sand.
Very steady climb, same thing on the sonar, just keeps coming.
Yeah,
Nice.
just want to make sure you don't get too much above me.
Yeah, I'm going to pause for a minute.
Or more like I don't want you to get it in front of me, because if it
Yeah,
keeps
probably
going, I'm going to get dragged up,
need to
right?
put your foot on the gas for a minute.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do.
Is anyone in here afraid of sharks?
If I'm in the water with them, I would be uncomfortable.
I want to see a shark while I'm snorkeling so bad.
Last time I was scuba diving, there were sharks surrounding us, but they were friendly.
Yeah.
I definitely prefer scuba diving with sharks.
Yeah, something about knowing what's coming.
Well, I'd rather have them above me than them below me.
The coolest
I
thing
hear
I've
ya.
ever seen when I was snorkeling was a squid grab a fish.
Ooh.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
it was so cool.
Yeah, is anyone scared of anything?
I hate spiders.
Anything?
Barracuda.
Let's get into it.
The boogeyman. The boogeyman.
Yeah, spiders are...
Spiders creep me out. I just never know what they're gonna do.
Yeah.
You know.
We've got some monster spiders in Florida. Those wolf spiders.
Yeah.
I know.
God.
I live
They're
in
sneaky.
Tampa, and yeah, they're the size of my hand.
I know.
Yeah, I wouldn't like that.
But they do a good job eating bugs, so they're an important part of the ecosystem.
Are any of them dangerous?
Wolf spiders? I don't know if they would bite.
Wanna
No, they're not dangerous.
snap in there?
They're just terrifying.
Just snap
They're meaty.
at the white thing.
Yeah, they're big and
This
fuzzy.
looks like a little
And they're
stalk with
fast.
a...
Oh, God.
Oh, it looks like it's branching a bit.
It's interesting, doesn't it look?
Yeah.
Not sure what I'm looking at. There's it looks like a sponge.
With like some weird...
I
But
can't
it's
tell
kind
if
of
that's
veins.
a sponge stalk or if that's
Yeah,
just
that
veins
was
on the
like-
rock.
I was
wide.
looking
I
for
gotta
it.
keep going. Come
That's
wide.
fine.
But I can't tell what that white object is on the rock.
It looked kind of sponge-like, but
Yeah?
yeah.
Although it's interesting because spiders are considered good luck in Japan.
I have high respect for the wolf spiders. I try to capture them and let them outside.
I can tell you that I lived in Japan for a few years, and they were equally terrified of me.
Oh, poor Jacob.
The spiders and I have an understanding. As long as they stay in the basement, they can do whatever they want. They don't care.
See, that's me. If they're outside,
too.
I'm fine,
Yeah.
but I don't need them in my bedroom.
But if they come upstairs, they gotta go back
That's
downstairs.
it.
Or like if they're in your towel, your bath towel.
Ooh, yeah.
Repatriate them.
Oh, no, yeah, not in the bath towel.
Yeah, you feel it
Nope.
kind of crawling on you as it freaks out.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Oh, God.
Making
Yeah,
me
Australia
itchy.
is not for me.
And now no one likes spiders either.
I didn't mind them until we had this conversation.
Yeah. Very traumatizing. Japan, that's cool. They got to live there for 2 years.
Yep, I was stationed in Yokosuka when I was in the Navy.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I missed everyone's education background talk.
Oh yeah, I don't even think I answered that question.
Well, let's hear it.
Oh, yeah, so I have my bachelor's in geology from the College of Charleston, South Carolina. I was in their benthic and acoustic mapping program. So
Good school.
yeah, and then I was in a bunch of technical schools in the Navy relating to sonar systems. And now, oh yeah, the class was in Orlando, wasn't it? I'm staff at the University of South Florida's Center for Ocean Mapping and Innovative Technologies in St. Petersburg. So yeah, hi. It's funny because it's the University of South Florida, but it's surprisingly central. So they just say it was South Florida at the time, and then I guess we kept going down.
All right. Pick it up.
Another crinoid on the right.
Thrusters.
Some sort of odd flat-shaped object on them. Not sure what that was.
Oh,
The one that was on the boulder?
sushi.
Yeah.
Thought it was a crinoid.
There was a crinoid on the right, and then there was a sort of an oval-shaped object next to it.
Missed
Not
it.
sure what that was, yeah.
Do the lowers make this worse? Better? Anything? No.
We need to rethink those lower lights.
Well, from my tiny image
I
going
think
back.
I'm just getting too close to the rocks. Like
Who knows?
I just need to.
Use your imagination, Amanda.
More crinoid.
Crinoids, this is a place, man.
Ooh.
You know, I will say before coming
Tug
on
Yeah,
the
I'm
a
gonna
little
ship,
bit.
push out a bit here.
Got some nice swells up here.
Yeah, thankfully we're a little shallower, so there's less cable.
Yeah.
Otherwise that would be
Not so much
concerning.
fun.
yeah, before coming on the ship, I was convinced that the West Coast is the best part of America, but y'all are from different parts.
Yeah, you should come visit.
Yeah.
The West Coast is definitely pretty cool, but
Yep.
I surprised myself that I really love Rhode Island. I moved to Cape Cod from Hawaii, and I thought, oh, okay, you know, I'll live there for a year or two, and then I'll move back to where it's
I'm
tropical and
impressed,
fun.
Todd, that you stayed at Cape Cod.
Yeah.
After Hawaii.
I know. It was the hardest thing I ever did, walking down the jetway to get on that flight. Oh my goodness.
This is it. This is
Going
it.
most places after Hawaii is usually
It's a
difficult.
big change.
Well, Ballard needed help designing and building Hercules. I thought it was a dream job, so I took it despite moving away from Hawaii. I'm glad I did,
Oh, yeah.
but I've stayed in New England. I really love it.
Sometimes you have to take a leap. Change
Yeah.
is good. Change can be really awesome.
What do you love about it?
About New England?
Mm-hmm.
I like the culture. I like the towns and cities. I also like where I am in Rhode Island is this little corner of rural small towns and fields and forests and preserved lands. And yet within 3 hours you can be in New York City, an hour and a half you're in Boston, close to other cities.
Oh, wow.
There's great mountain biking, there's great sailing and kayaking and boating and water sports and surfing and yeah, and
Okay.
the seasons are nice.
It's convincing.
Winter's
Convincing.
hard, but we have these gorgeous bluebird days also that are just lovely. We get just enough snow to go cross-country skiing and romping around the mountain biking trails and hiking trails. So, yeah.
Sounds
It's
pretty
good.
fun. Yeah, it's nice having the cities and the nature nearby.
And I've lived there over 20-something years, and I keep discovering new areas. Rhode Island's tiny, but I just keep finding new stuff.
It's a rich history. I was at a meeting at URI, and my mom said that there's this cemetery close by where some old ancestors are buried for my family on my mom's side, and the tombstones are dated from the 1600s. So quite a long history of my side of the family.
Coral coming up.
Gonna snap
It was
in
fun
there.
trying to find those tombstones with my friends
See
at
if
the
I
meeting.
can float that.
Ooh, a coral.
I'm creeping up to it. Give me a minute. Give me a minute.
That's really cool.
Another octocoral,
You can push in
maybe?
further. See if you can get the polyps before I mess up the shot.
Wow,
Something.
the polyps are humongous.
So you could go looking for the
Okay,
tomb
come on, I gotta keep going.
stones with your friends?
Yeah, we knew where the
Thank you.
cemetery was, and we had a map of the cemetery and the old cemetery from back
Oh.
back in the
Beside me.
day, and a general location of where the tombstone should be located. So we sort of
Okay.
split up and then kept looking at the different names on the tombstones and found my ancestors.
Oh,
It was
wow.
fun. We took
That's
pictures
special.
next to and sent them to my mom. She was excited. Going to cemeteries is a kind of a strange family tradition.
Oh.
We're just trying to search for our past and our history. And so we've done a lot of cemetery trips across the globe. Well, at least US and Europe, I will say. That's
Okay, coming up faster. Sorry,
That's my
push up.
background.
I'll come up with you.
Yeah.
Do you hold your breath the whole time?
I wouldn't be here. We have a long visits there. I pass out. That's funny.
That's a tradition in my family as well.
Yeah.
Oh.
I know several cemeteries in Oregon very well, looking at ancestors
Ooh.
and that kind of stuff.
Ooh,
What are
this
you?
is a different kind of sea star.
Oh, all right.
Yay!
All right, push in.
It's so exciting. They saw. I think they saw this
Oh,
earlier
wow.
on in the
Yeah.
dive, but not on our watch. We had a scientist from the shore side who's helped us ID it. Type of
We saw a really
asteroideous
interesting
sea
Ooh.
star.
one
Open
earlier.
it.
It was
Little water
burgundy
thing.
in color.
Okay, come wide.
You just go,
Hopefully we got to get enough shot
Yeah, that
there.
was great.
Okay.
It is. It's going to take me a bit to look it
Okay,
up. I think it
pushing
might be
out.
the
Thanks, Dave. That
Oh.
was great.
Hymenaster. Yeah, Hymenaster is what it was
All
earlier.
part of the service.
Slime star.
Is that a shrimp?
The full Dave service.
Hymenaster-like is the conditional answer. So similar to Hymenaster. And they're related to a type of slime star. So if we were to collect them and bring them back on deck, they make a lot of gooey ooze, mucus.
Starting to get light outside.
I think that would be my first slime star.
I feel like those
Yeah,
lower
I've
lights
heard
are just
about them, but I've
casting
never
some
seen one.
shadows.
Yeah, do you want me to
Give it a
try?
try.
Now I'm
Now
curious
it's just
seeing
dark,
the
but at
gooey
least
ooze.
there's no, it's
Yeah.
up to you, you're driving.
We'll
Yeah.
have to come back.
I could just, yeah, here, we can look up a little bit. Like, I mean, I'm going uphill, so
is that a crinoid?
let's do that.
It kind of looks like it.
Yeah,
Apparently Chris Ma would have loved that star.
looks like it.
Yep.
Moving, moving, moving.
Looks like a catcher's mitt.
Yeah.
Hoping he gets to tune in here and there.
Yeah, it's actually nice looking a little bit up more.
So Atalantis sonar's seeing very little in the way of return. I'm thinking we're getting up near it's seeing up over the top of the feature.
Yeah.
Would you believe that, Nav, from the high
Yep.
pack?
Yep, it's going to level out here.
There's
That's
shrimp.
the plateau I was
Nice.
talking about.
What? Oh, it's just a rock.
And then after that, we're more or less up on the top.
Beauty.
We have like one tiny ascent, and then we're there.
We have a long way to go, though, still, don't we?
Yeah, we're tracking a line.
Yeah.
So we have one more waypoint.
Watch here.
Coming up.
We split this one into two separate waypoints, which is why it seemed like we were moving faster than we were.
We still haven't seen any trash
That's good.
on this whole expedition.
Take that as a bonus.
It's pretty cool. Maybe as we keep going shallower, we might see some more.
Yeah, so this is us coming up.
Those are some pretty good ones.
Yeah. We had a 16,000 one earlier at like 3,400
We
meters.
had a couple of those, yeah. It's
Okay,
definitely exceeded what we expected.
so I'm going down. That
I thought
what
it
is
was
happening?
What?
Hold
You
on.
sound surprised.
Well, you shouldn't be going
Well, we
down.
were just talking about getting to the top of this, and
What was I talking about? Resolution?
yeah, okay.
Plus or
So
minus.
we're gonna continue heading though, right?
Yeah, we're not
okay.
going to move.
Okay, roger.
Because it should keep going up.
Hopefully this is a
Todd.
local little... Yes?
I'm gonna wait for you a little bit, and then we'll go down more on top of each other,
All right.
because this is pretty steep.
All right. Hopefully this is more of a contour than a downhill.
Yeah, but I can see it's kind of down.
Is that one of the
down
A
there.
little critter to look at
the
over on your
carnivorous
right.
sponges that were
Yeah.
yellow?
Is there?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, a little brown.
So how
Oh,
do-
little community.
How do you guys decide who drives the ROV and who drives Atalanta?
We take turns.
Yeah.
Sharing is caring.
Which one's more exciting?
Herc is more engaging.
Herc is more engaging for sure. Like, want to just
Sitting in the
zoom in a
co-pilot
little
seat, you're
bit?
more
Yeah.
kind of taking all of the inputs in
Yeah.
and trying to keep everything safe. But there's not a lot to do moment to moment.
Oh, there's a little something on top of this.
You get completely
Stalk.
absorbed in the
The
zone sitting in the
crinoid.
pilot chair. And your
Yeah.
fingers
Anemone
are
on top?
constantly
At the tippy
tweaking
top.
the joysticks.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
want to zoom in a bit more on the top there, dude? I'll see if I can. Speaking of which, I probably need to move on in a second.
Sometimes
get
you wish you
yelled
had
at.
another hand
Yep.
and a few extra fingers.
Perfect.
All right,
Yep,
come wide.
little community there, like you guys said. Dead sponge,
'Kay.
creating a habitat for crinoids and
I'm gonna
anemones.
Spin around
Definitely
a bit
seeing
and go
some
forward.
Bases of dead
right.
sponges as well,
I'm
still
gonna
attached to
start
the
going
side
down.
of the rocks. Yeah, I think I saw at least 2 anemones.
We have a real transition here.
Yeah, just trying to push out in front of you a little bit. There.
It's just so strange because for me it looks uphill.
Yeah, you can see on the center, I think. So it'll go a little bit more uphill once we're past this.
Yeah, we're kind of in another one of those sedimentation gullies.
Yeah.
More bed form sand waves to the left. Again,
How's this
it's
for you,
sort of like a
Travis?
river between
Yep.
2 features.
Paying out right now.
Nice.
Alright, so what games do you play and what do you guys do in your free time?
Puzzles.
Sleep.
Okay. Yeah,
Read.
sleeping is the #1
Sleep.
activity.
Meal times. I would
Yeah.
say that's like, people don't even look at their clocks anymore. They're just like, oh, it's time for dinner.
Yeah, definitely you get, your stomach starts to learn when food is supposed to be happening.
Oh, it's breakfast.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard to deprogram after being at sea also. It's like, oh, snack time, 3 o'clock.
I will say when I go home, I eat way too soon. You know, I'll be hungry at like 4:30.
Yeah, and then you need to eat again 4 hours
Yeah.
later.
It's a struggle.
Really. Interesting accumulation of these maybe
Yeah.
maybe
just sit on them.
nodules, maybe mini rocks, sort of
I want to get a zoom in on them if we
collected
have a
on these
chance.
sand waves.
Do we want to look at the nodules? We have a little second here.
Sure, if you don't
Okay.
mind.
There's a star or something up on that, well, a couple of things actually up on that rock straight ahead too.
Yeah. Okay, let's take a look at the nodules because we have been getting, I'm just kind of waiting for you a little bit. Okay.
Definitely seeing some other
for
echinoderms or
zoom.
sea stars and crinoids on the rocks themselves.
I'll kind
And
of,
now we're going to take a closer look at the sediment, the seafloor, and these, yeah, they look like itty bitty nodules,
yeah.
varied in size and shape.
Xenophile there maybe.
Yeah. All right, come wide. Looks like I'm right below Todd.
It's like we're at the beach
Yeah.
at 3,000 meters.
Okay,
Underwater.
The
quite
SpongeBob
tilted
theme
down
song.
to keep you in view.
Yeah,
Push
I'm
out
zooming.
just a little, but
Yeah,
I
don't
think
know what
that's
that is.
a squat lobster.
Ooh,
And
yay,
unfortunately, we're a little bit behind, so
Monodopsis.
I gotta climb this a bit.
What was that one?
It's a type of squat lobster. Likely Monodopsidae,
Yeah.
Monodopsis.
Okay, coming up. Some little coral branches there.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
that was a good neck crack.
Yeah, well, on our free time, we'll actually hang out with each other sometimes.
Except none of you are awake during the middle of the
I
night.
know.
So
Strange.
God,
Bummer.
get on our level.
In the beginning, all I did was watch you guys hang out, and I was sad.
Aww.
Oh,
Yeah, Nav always has to stand watch no
Some
matter
sort of
what's
stalk.
going on. So.
that's true. We don't hang out as much anymore.
Yeah. You were all like playing a game. I saw you all in the lounge. You're like, you want to come? And I'm like, yeah.
Hi, Mom.
I
I do want to go.
do. Oh, I thought you just didn't like us.
No, I just
I'm
had
just
to go
kidding.
to work.
I know that's the worst when people think you're being like antisocial and you're like, no, I'm actually just working
Yeah.
12-hour shifts and
It's like,
I'm so tired.
I got to be up at 3 a.m., so.
I'm like,
Don't talk to me.
I stopped coming to dinner about 4 days ago.
Oh.
It's kind of sad.
yeah,
Aw.
dinner's.
Missed out on the carrot cake last night.
Yeah, we are
Woke
missing
up and
like
there was nothing
All the
left.
snacks.
our shift misses like the treats and dinner, which is usually the best
Some
meal
of
in my opinion.
Kahena's
Oh, I
cake
got a
was
little-
left when I woke up the other day, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
So
was
thank you for
massive.
having a birthday.
You're welcome.
Yeah,
Thank
lunch
you,
is
Alex,
my
for
favorite to
baking
miss.
it.
Lunch is your favorite to miss?
Yeah, because usually a lot of the lunch options are there for dinner anyways, or they're like last dinner's leftovers.
Is that a rope? No, I don't think so.
Yeah, I enjoy lunches too.
So,
Although they're the meal that I skip the most.
yeah. Although they have
Okay.
fried rice a lot at lunch, I will say.
There's a chance I just saw a rope, so just keep your eyes peeled.
Jose said he was going to make ceviche again for us.
Ceviche,
And I missed it.
I missed it
I
the
missed
first
it
time.
too, yeah. Excited.
Do we have tostadas?
I don't know. It makes me nervous to eat raw fish of any kind on the boat.
Why?
How long has it been?
Yeah, well,
Sitting.
sometimes you'll see it sit out for like 6-7 hours.
Oh yeah, well.
I
don't-
mean, if it's proper ceviche, then it's cured in.
Yeah, and lime juice
Yeah.
and acid.
Still.
It was. The fish was cooked
Bonk.
Was
pretty
it?
well by the lime juice. Yeah. So
Yeah, it actually has a chemical like reaction
Yep.
that's
so
equivalent to cooking.
I had quite a big helping of it and had no problems.
Same.
Lots of
My
little.
stomach is grumbling. Thanks so much,
I
everybody.
know, yeah, talking about ceviche at what,
Like
5
ceviche.
something in the morning?
Breakfast is not for a while.
At 6 a.m.
Yeah.
Yeah, about 2 hours from now, right? By the time
Yeah.
we're relieved from watch and get to go eat.
And then go to
Yeah.
sleep.
You know, sushi for breakfast is actually pretty good, though.
Yeah, I'm
I
like
mean,
a
I think I'd
savory
take-
foods for breakfast person, so.
Nothing like some wasabi to like really kick you in the butt
Well,
and
I
get
don't
you
know about a
going.
big helping of wasabi, but
Like wasabi?
Opens up the
some
sinuses.
sashimi.
Just a
I love
spoonful.
wasabi.
We used to go to those little
It's like
sushi
an
go-rounds.
isopod, maybe?
Oh,
Is that in the water column? Here. Is that what we were looking at?
Yeah, it just looked like a swimming, maybe isopod.
Push in, maybe? See if we can get it. I'm going to float up a little bit while I'm waiting.
Come back.
He's swimming. Whoa. He's really swimming.
Wow.
Stay here.
Bobbing
Yeah.
around.
that's a tough focus.
Well, and it's like a little sand-colored
Swimming
thing
something.
against the sand backdrop, so.
White on white, light on light. I don't know if we can zoom in on this. I'm not sure
yeah,
if it's a
those
xenophyte
things?
or
Yeah. We absolutely
something
got a
else.
second here. Yeah. Let me just set
Tu
up.
tube worms? No.
No,
Don't
we
get my
never
hopes
saw
up.
tubes again after that, unless the
No,
other watch
that was
did.
pretty special.
Alright, that's close. Oop.
I need to review that video and
Oh,
do
you're
like a
tilting.
slow-mo. Oh,
Just
Yeah,
sorry,
that was a
I'm just setting
one-time
There's a
down
sponge
better.
view.
right in front of us too, it looks like.
Yeah, oh, I totally just lost a thruster for a sec. Sorry. What are you doing? Okay. Sorry. Push in, Dave. I'm gonna just float this. It's a little bit weird.
looked like something was rising up off the seafloor, sort of centered on the screen right now.
Okay.
It's all kind of blending in now, but I think there's a sort of dimension to it.
Push in and then come back out.
Well, if it's a xeno, the test would be made out of a lot of the same sediment around there, right?
That was really odd, Todd.
What?
I just definitely...
I'm not ignoring you, Aaron. I'm just not hearing you very well. I'm afraid.
Just
I'm sorry.
No, it's
stopped.
I've had my volume up way up, so I'm not sure what it is.
I'm saying if it's a xeno, then the test would be made out of, or composed of a lot of the same sediment that's around it, right?
Yeah, there's creates sort of a cement, tissue cement with a material around it. Creates its own matrix. I call it agglutinating test.
Agglutinating.
Unicellular organism creates quite a big animal organism, and then it can house a lot of different species within it.
We have a classroom asking how the shifts and the meal times work. And yeah, some of us
We gotta stop talking about food, or else I'm gonna have to go take a break.
Some of us are on
I'm just putting it out there.
4-hour shifts. So we rotate between 3 groups of 4-hour shifts, and then others are on 12-hour shifts, so 12 hours on and 12 hours off. And if you're on shift during a mealtime, then you'll usually have 30 minutes off to go eat, or somebody will come relieve you during part of your shift to go eat your meal. So
there's a couple shrimp. I saw a 2-for-1 there. Looks like the same kind that we've been seeing throughout the dive.
I'd also add that off can be a relative term, especially for ROV.
True, yeah.
Like for deployments or recoveries, like ROVs out there, regardless of if they're off watch or not.
Yeah, we usually try to schedule the recoveries and deployments, if possible, around watch changes. That way the maximum amount of people around, but you're not like cutting into people's free time so much.
But I know this deployment was at 6 a.m., yeah?
Yeah, well, and I think we had enough people up to do it without the other watch.
Yeah, the vehicle touched the water at 6:17 a.m.
Why do you know that so specific?
17 minutes late. I was sitting in the chair.
You would know that.
Aw. You don't like to be late, Todd?
Technically, it's not late because we're expected.
That's a... I don't want to go there.
Okay.
I don't like to be late. But I'll leave it at that.
Todd is very exact.
It's good. And we talked about being on time versus late. Everyone's been really great.
Yeah, the first week we were hoping, or we were trying to do...
I'm taking a look at Atalanta sonar, and I don't like what I see, so it's time to step on the gas
it's time
pedal.
to boogie. Okay, let's go.
Come on up.
Okay. I'm going to come off the rock face a little bit. And push forward.
Got some climbing to do.
Yeah, roger. Yeah, I see what you mean.
For a minute, there was a big return within my 20-meter ring, so that means you've got something coming out. There it is.
Something to the right there, just cutting off the screen. And then
Another crinoid.
Crinoid.
You're okay. Just
I'm just kidding.
No, sorry.
Just kidding.
Wow.
So this should be that little plateau I was talking about.
Cool.
It just took, what, forever
A little
to
bit
get
of
to.
a relief.
We
So
did get there.
I'll be back.
Interesting.
Yeah, did you guys see that thing that was on the rock right before we?
Not sure.
Not sure. I see a little crinoid off to the left there.
Yeah, over here.
Crinoids are making a living down here.
Colony of stuff.
Couple of them.
There's another feather star crinoid on the rock in front of us.
See if I
Far
can
in
sit down.
field. And then there's these tiny stalks. I'm not sure what they are made of, but they're just kind of decorating all the rock surface. It's interesting the way the light is hitting the rock. It looks almost green to me, kind of creating a green halo.
Okay, you can push in there. See if
So lots of
I
little
don't know if I'm going to be able
stalks
to bring my heading
coming up
around
off the
without
rock.
falling off the rock, but...
Those
Okay, I got to pick up and get going.
Okey-doke.
Come wide.
Crinoid in the distance.
I'm just going to get out ahead a bit and then...
those like little hydroids maybe?
They could be, yeah. Oh, now I can hear you better, Aaron.
Yeah. All right.
Pretty steady on the Atalanta sonar returns.
Yeah.
Just steady up.
Yeah.
Something floating there. It looks like that benthic
Turn off your tilt.
siphonophore almost.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, that would
That's
be
a
my
good
guess,
reminder.
Aaron.
Okay, I'm going to swap out with Dave because we have a little bit of a down here.
Okay. Gonna do a little switcheroo in the pilot seat.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was just because it was downhill. That's Dave's favorite.
Little crinoid in view on the lower right-hand side of the screen. Looks like maybe something else on the left side.
I think it's one of those
Just
shrimp
going out of
maybe?
view. Kahina is keeping busy today with interactions. But Mike, Aaron, and I are here to keep you company, providing commentary on what we're seeing on the seafloor. We may not be talking about food for a few hours.
I won't complain about it.
Until breakfast.
You better get jamming on there.
I was like, we could cut to the
What's that?
comments, which is asking about if this area has been mostly volcanic flows.
Okay, make sure you're available to
Keep
do
us
that.
away from the food talk.
Yeah, so I'll be gone from 6 to 8, and then I'll relieve you, and you'll be off when, yeah, so then maybe you just stay here, right? So he's free, right? Or, all right.
So the overall dive track that was planned for today is about 8 kilometers. We're traversing, we started off at super deep over 4,800 meters, and we'll be heading up to 2,800 when all is said and done. It's interesting, there's a waypoint 9 A and B. Do we not want to do 11 waypoints?
We split it up.
Okay.
So we altered like the way we were going slightly so that we wouldn't be going downslope.
Gotcha. Makes it a little more efficient and safe.
Yeah, it makes it easier on the ROV pilots and a lot safer, so.
Makes sense.
And a lot less messing around with the spool for the cable.
Yep, yeah, well, we don't like going downslope because then Atalanta will be very close.
Oh, true, yep.
Yeah, and you can see it bobbing up and down every now and again, so.
Yeah, so we've been traversing up the seamount, really stark contrast to the abyssal plain sort of flatland environment that we were encountering on the last dive. The seamount is likely of volcanic origin given the region, and at this time, as far as we know, this is the only dive that's ever been conducted on the seamount, so we're seeing the seafloor for the first time, much like all of you. Appreciate everyone participating on these dives. It's been really an incredible journey. We're learning a lot with every moment on the seafloor, capturing valuable imagery of the environments as well as the megafaunal communities that are thriving here. Wouldn't mind seeing a fish again. We saw several fish actually at the beginning of our dive.
They seem to like the deeper water apparently.
Yeah.
That or they're just really good at hiding in the crevices.
That's right. And we did see an octopus.
Yep.
In terms of mobile creatures, we've also seen decapod shrimp. They swim around.
You did spot one squat lobster.
That's right. Of course, we only pretty much know what we've seen on our watches, but sometimes we take a gander at the dive log, the sea log, to see what the other watches have been able to see. And then some other folks from the shore side have been posting images on social media to help us with better IDs. So it's quite a community effort offshore here on the ship, on the EV Nautilus, as well as our shoreside participants are extremely valuable on us better resolving the biodiversity of these abyssal environments.
Oh, and let's not forget the slime star.
Slime star, super cool.
It's a nice little formation.
Yeah, a few crinoids perched on this rock feature here. Looks like there might be something on the left side.
I would try to push out ahead a little bit if you can. Although, yeah, it looks like we're in the clear for now.
We have Aaron here from Deep Sea Power and Light. He's keeping a close view of his super duper special monitor. He's pointing out a lot of the different organisms that we're encountering so we can get a better idea on them. Aaron, you want to talk about the camera a little bit?
Yeah, so what we're taking a look at the seamount here through is our new MXD sea cam. This is the first 7-kilometer rated configuration of this camera. It's only the third that's ever been produced. The other 2 units are with our development partner, Monterey Bay Aquarium Research Institute in Moss Landing there in California. We began working on this with them back in 2019, so it's been quite the journey to get to this point. This is the kind of commercial configuration of the system. So we're out here field trialing this new camera, and pairs really well with Little Herc, which has a similar depth rating. It's a platform that's really designed to carry a camera like this and be able to do visual inspections and get some of this amazing imagery that we're seeing.
Aaron, what have you been most excited to see with your awesome new camera?
Getting a little stretched out.
Still holding out hope for a swimming crinoid, but
Yeah.
For a what?
for a swimming crinoid.
Oh.
We've seen several elephant rocks,
Yeah.
That's right.
There's
elephant
a
textured rocks.
That's right.
little
jellyfish in the
there.
water
Yeah.
column.
Well, there's definitely been quite a bit of biodiversity. The biomass has been pretty low, I think, for most of this transect that we've been on, but we're seeing quite the variety of different organisms, different kinds of coral and sponges, and a lot of these sponge stalks that have appear to be dead, and many broken where they're the only thing we see are either the stalks on the ground or the feet attached to the rock where they once stood. Kind of wonder what, if there's any sort of causal link there with sort of that theme, because I think we've seen a lot more on the ground than we have actually still standing.
Bit, but you'll probably still just get pulled. I'm just a little bit higher than you on the terrain, so.
We're learning a lot about really what make these sponges tick. You know, every observation that we make gives us a better understanding of sponge size and diversity down here, but also their associates. Close-ups of the sponges, we've often been seeing a variety of different kinds of crustaceans and attached animals, including anemones.
Yeah.
But the point about
But
the sort
ideally
of
I
dead
can hear
sponge remnants, you know, gives us an idea of what may have been here before. Sometimes the base of the sponges persist long after the live sponge decays away.
So one of the questions that came in was asking why the reef isn't colorful, and if it's different, if it's just lighting or if it's a different type of reef from what we see when we go snorkeling. So for that question, it is definitely a different type of reef than what we see when we go snorkeling. So right now we are at 3,037 meters deep. Light does not penetrate this deep, so a lot of the corals that bring out the colors that you see when you snorkel is a result of bacteria relationships that produce the colors that you typically see. Down here, since the light doesn't make it, we get different types of corals, which we call black corals. And a lot of the organisms, because it's so dark, they do not produce pigmentation because they don't have any reason to blend in or hide among their environment. Do you have any additions to that, Amanda?
Yeah, I think it's a great explanation. There's been some discussion on the previous dives about producing pigments can be, by the animal itself, can be energetically costly. So these animals down on the seafloor need to have generally slow metabolic rates, so everything slows down in the deep sea. You live really slowly. You make sure to conserve your food, and producing pigments can waste energy, so they evolved to be pale. Pale is beautiful. I saw another would look like foram kind of peeking out of the sediment surface again, so I think we're seeing more of those. And it's again a different form related to xenophyophores. Foraminifera are the big group of which the xenophyophores are within, and they create different morphologies or shapes.